Okay, today we are going to talk about something special. It's about a Japanese trader named BNF. His real name is Takashi Kotegawa, and he is also known as the JCOM man. You can sort of Google him out and maybe even search around in YouTube or any software that you can find out about him more. So there is a lot of history about him, how he trained and everything. There is a lot of supposedly people who was trying to emulate his trading method. I've actually analyzed his method for quite some time, and both he and CIS is very famous in Japan. But I prefer CIS method more than BNF method. So I'm going to do BNF now, and I'll try to talk about CIS in the future. So for now, let's check out what BNF trading method is. As for the history of him or whatever success that he made, how he changed, how he turned his $13,000 into 230 million or maybe $300 million. We're not so sure how much he is worth right now. His value could be about half a billion, maybe. So we're not so sure because it's very secretive. And so, yeah, let's check out this method. It may not be this method, but based on what I have researched about him before I start trading for real, this is what I think based on what he said in previously in his interviews and everything, in his post in the Japanese forum there. So yeah, let's check this out. For Takashi Kotegawa, his method, or we should call him BNF. For BNF method, his method is very simple. Uh, you can say it's simple actually. So what is the central method of his is the moving average line, just like this one. So all you have to do is slap a moving average onto your chart. As you can see here, this is the moving average. I prefer to use, this is a daily chart by the way, and this is a 200-day moving average. As you would have noticed if you see my previous videos. And 200-day moving average, why was it used? Because this is the most widely used moving average to determine where the trend is heading towards. So for now, you can see that BNF method, firstly, you have to have a moving average. This moving average determines where he will take the trade. His trade is very contrarian, as you can see that whenever there's an uptrend like this, uptrend heading upwards, he will try to gauge how far it has gone away from the moving average. It's like return to the mean sort of trade. So like this one, a simple explanation. This one, before this giant downward spiral, you won't know that it will happen here, right? So you'll be looking at something like this, still going upwards. So his method will be when there is a lot of movement upwards. Let's see where's the thing. Okay, I'm not so sure where it is. Oh, okay, here. So yeah, the price range from here, from the, let's say his method is something like this. From the base of this moving average, you try to measure where it is, how far it is at the moment, the blue candles here. So the difference is around 7%. So based on what he will do, or what he will likely do, is like whenever you have a 7% or 6.77, like this kind of near 7% plus minus maybe, then he will wait for a slow of momentum. When the momentum starts slowing and the red candles start appearing, he will go into a position to short the market. So when let's say this is dollar yen. Oh, by the way, I don't think you trade the currencies. I don't think you trade forex. Most likely you trade stocks mostly, or even the futures of the Nikkei futures. But this is for example's sake. This US dollar yen. So if you were to follow his method, you gauge how far it is the price has gone up from the 200-day moving average. For now, is about 7%. So whenever there's about 6 plus or even 7%, somewhere around that. So if there's a slow in momentum, as you can see here, momentum slows down. Let's close this thing. Okay, momentum slows down. So he will be entering somewhere around here. That is where he will enter. And then he will bet that the stock will go back towards the mean. Does it mean it will always work? No, it doesn't always work. That's why he did mention that he lost quite a lot of money. But then if you look at here, even if it doesn't work well, like here, this is around 7% plus. If if he detected the flow of momentum here and then he shorted it, the short sell should work out quite well, even though it didn't go into this go back to the mean. He would have exited here when the momentum slows down, as you can see here. The momentum slows down, he might have exited here, and maybe even if he takes a stop loss somewhere around here, he'll still make a lot of money. So as for here, if he trade this style, he will have make a lot of money when it returns back to the mean. And if according to based on what he said earlier when he was starting in his trading, whenever there's a pullback, he will just exit somewhere whenever the price touches the 200-day EMA. So he would have exited here. But then later in the years, he did mention that he will follow the trend. So we are going to exit somewhere around this. We'll just slap a smaller moving average, and he'll just most likely wait for it to break above it somewhere here. Maybe he will follow this kind of trading, or maybe he will follow the momentum style. We really know what style he is using, but then if he does this kind of trade, he will make a lot of money. So likewise, it goes the same way. Even if you scroll it backwards, okay, this one. So it's even this one here. Yeah. If we go to pull it here, it's about 6% plus. So this is also quite a good trade for him. So whenever there's such trade, 6% plus to 7% pullbacks, when the price is away from this one about 6 to 7%, that's how he will trade. But then, based on what he has written in the past, that the gap is quite bigger, about I think it's 10 to 20%. Japanese stock tends to fluctuate quite bigger amount compared to this is a forex, so it's not surprising for it to happen. So let's say he do the same thing. He entered here when the momentum slows down, or maybe when there's a big red candle, is also possible. And then he'll just wait his way down, all the way down. So you're going to say that, oh, maybe here he would have, why didn't he say that he enters somewhere here? Most probably he did enter here if he was trading this using his method, because this is around 7%. So most likely he will enter here, and then when the price going downwards, he will be counting his wins as well. But then the momentum slows down. He knows that something is wrong, and this is not the real big one, and he will most likely exit it here. Maybe even here, and maybe it's just a marginal gain or marginal loss. Most likely here as well. Yeah, here should be around 6%. Yeah, 6% around here. When he noticed that the momentum slows down, he'll take a position here, and somehow it doesn't work out always. So he will take a small loss here as well. So just imagine if you're trying this style, a BNF style, you enter here, you lost money, you enter here and you lost money. And then you look at this one, it goes up all the way up here. Every time it goes here, you're trying to enter and exit here, maybe here as well. You still lose money. So after 4 times losing small amount of money compared to what he really made, so finally the fourth time here, he will have entered here and here. 3 times he will have lost money. And then here, it, each time he lose money is a small portion of his entry. So when he sort of like strike gold here, it goes all the way downwards. Even when it touches here, even if it exceeds it, when it touches the but goes back to mean, he will have made a lot of money. All these losses will have been covered by him. So he will have gone all the way down here and followed the trend. Most likely, there's no real big candle breaking it. So yeah, most probably still following it here until these candles here. For really breaking above it, most likely exit here. So it's just back at the mean or plus minus around here. So he did make quite a lot of money if he trade this way. This is another one if you can see here. So if he try to make the same thing, same kind of trade here, when he noticed that the price has overshot above the moving average, he look at the momentum slows down, he starts shorting the market here, and the market collapse. And let's see if this is not possible because this is around 5%, I think, maximum. So he most likely won't be entering here. But this is a sure thing. So he will have entered here and then make another big profit about maybe 6%. 6% will be quite a big profit for him, considering what he used, the amount of money that he wields. So this is another one. This is a quite big one, in fact. So you can see this has gone up about 14%. So it's very, very, very tight. So he will most definitely take a trade here. When you see, especially when you see the momentum slows down, a big red candle appears and he will be shorting his everything here and wait for it to drop. As long as there's no blue big candle breaking up above the short-term moving average, he will have kept his trade all the way down here and exited somewhere here when the blue candles exit signal is exit. So he won't be catching these parts. But then from here to here, it will be about 10%, maybe, or we take here 8%. So 8% is quite a lot as when you are wielding quite a large amount of money. So this is also possible. Yeah. Yeah, this is 11%. So in this previous move upwards, you would have gauged how far it goes, about 10%, maybe 10% or 11%. So every time it goes up to about 10 to 11%, he will have shorted it and make a lot of money. So likewise, if you were to trade the downwards, whenever there's a downward here, try to buy it. Let's say somewhere around here. This is a good one. Yeah, around here. So around whenever it goes down here, far from the moving average, about 7%. Whenever it goes about 6 or 7% now, somewhere around here, and there's a big blue candle going upwards, he will most likely be buying here. So when he buys here and he traces it trailing it using his moving average, shorter term moving average, he most likely exit here when the red candles is breaks below the moving average. So from here to here, there's about so here, let's take it here, somewhere around here, about also 8%. So even if he trades on the long side or the short side, he will make about 8 to 10%. So this is another one. Let's see. Okay. So as you can see, here to here. So we're going to guess how far it has gone. Oh, this is good. So you can see it has gone about 7%. So the requirement is correct. So US dollar is going to gain against the yen. If everything is according to what the BNF trading method is, so the moving average will continue going downwards. These candles should be going heading upwards. Maybe touching here towards the, well, he will be aiming for it to go up here. So he will make about 6 or 7%. So it might go further upwards as well, as we have seen previously. So whether it will go up, we're not going to be 100% sure, but these will make money for sure. So I'm not going to suggest you to buy US dollar versus the yen. So this is based on what BNF would have done if it were to happen this way. So most likely the price will go up here and retest this one, or maybe even break up above. So he will be following this kind of moving shorter term moving average to time his entry and exit. Okay, let's see another one. What should we see? Gold, maybe. Let's check out gold versus dollar. Okay, why did I, in my previous video, I mentioned that do not enter gold here. As you can see, gold is slowing down momentum. Previously, I already mentioned that the candles are getting smaller and the wicks are getting longer. Momentum is slowing down here. So if you were to enter here, you're going to look for a very sharp drop if it were to drop down to the mean. So how far has it gone up here? You can see that it has gone up 20%. So this is a very big move upwards. And look at the candles. It's very, very big candles upwards. So this is a very significant drop. We can expect, well, the moving average is still going upwards. It is technically still on an uptrend. But then during an uptrend, there is a lot of pullbacks, and you don't want to be in this kind of pullbacks. But if you are to buy here and you wait for it to go all the way down here, it's going to be a very painful, very, very painful move. But then it might even go back to here. So previous support area, we're not sure. But then there is a chance that it will go back to the mean, which is this moving average area. So it might go all the way down here, or maybe even break below. If based on previous examples. So this is about 20% move. The previous big move is around here. So let's see. Yeah, about 10%. And then about here. So we're going to say plus minus. This is about 12-13%. Previous, all the moves is 12 or 13%. As you can see here. Yeah, this is 15%. Yeah, this is about 15%, 13%, 12%. As you can see, all these big moves, he will aim for this kind of move. This most likely he will have exited somewhere here, and this is where he will exit here. So if he were to trade his method, you still make 7% from this one. Let's see this one. Most likely it will be about 4%, maybe 3%, and then most likely he will be on a marginal gain here. As for this one, he might have also another marginal gain or even a loss. So most likely he will exit somewhere here when it's moving. Oh yeah, he had if he were to trade this one, he most likely have a loss, a small loss here, about 1%. And then if this thing works out, this most current one, if it were to really drop down, it would have been about at least 15%. Yeah, because previously it has moved about 20% from the about the estimated about 20%. So if you were to move at least half of it until here, it's about 10%. So about 10% gain, that's a lot, especially when you're wielding such a huge amount of cash. So yeah, this is gold. So if you want to trade gold, most likely if you want to trade BNF style, most likely you will be shorting here. When the momentum slows and the red candles start appearing, he will try to short it here. Also, he will most likely be observing this kind of previously failed moves, like this kind of moves. It has gone up quite a lot, which his method requires you to know about this one. One of his main central move, he would have tried to enter here and then it fails. So okay, never mind. You try to enter here and then it fails again. So okay, never mind. So third time is a charm maybe. So if he was to enter here, do you think he will make at least half of it? About 10%? So leave your comment down at the comments area below and check out my older videos and subscribe and everything. So it keeps me going this way. I'll try to make about CIS method, but then this is a BNF method based on what I observe how he trade. There are many other content creators that actually try to decipher his method, his trading style, and everything. But then this is what I have managed to glean from what he mentioned in his interviews and everything. Because most of his interviews are in Japanese, and there's not a lot of Japanese translator out there. So you have to know Japanese to understand what he's talking about. And it's not that difficult to sort of like find out how he traded it. I did try to trade using his style, and my paper trading before this was about, I think I started with 100,000, and using this style, which I don't really like, I made about 800,000 or 1 million plus using this one. But then this $1 trillion realized profit and loss using the paper trading method. So it shows that if you use huge leverage, and also if there is no risk involved, you keep to your stop loss level and you go all in every time, you actually can make $1 trillion using this method. So no, it's not a joke. You can do that, but then real life, it will be tough. It will be very very tough when your emotions goes in and you start thinking about your life choices and everything every time there's a downward move. So it's not going to be easy compared to paper trading when you don't risk anything. So paper trading, you actually helps to develop your method, your strategy, but don't think that of it as being the real trading, because there's no emotions involved in it. You can afford to lose 100,000, 1 million, 10 million as you like without feeling the pinch. But then it doesn't work in real life. When you have some kind of move downwards, you will have greed, you will have fear, you will have um, well, how do you say that? You feel the pain when you're losing money, and you will feel fear of losing out also. So for more fear of missing out, so you're going to have a lot of emotional mixture in your trading, which affects your judgment. So if you can do it like a robot, you actually make a lot of money. But then you're human, so it's not possible. Paper trading will help you develop your trading style, but it won't be the true trading as you will encounter when you start putting money into your trade. So let's check out another. Should we check out this SoftBank? This is a very popular stock in Japan that CIS likes to trade. So as you can see here, there's a move upwards here, and oh, there's a motorcycle passing by. Hopefully, it's not caught in the cam. So okay, there's this is the BNF style. So you can see here. Oh, there's a lot of. This is about 30%, 32%. So when the stocks move upwards, it's gone up about 32%. So you can see here, all the previous is not that much. So like this one, this is also 30%. 30%, about 20-ish, 30, maybe 30%, yeah, about 20-ish. So this is 30%, 30 plus percent. So yeah, when you see compared to a previous move is about 20-ish, and maybe a 30%, then suddenly there's a big one, the 32% move upwards away from the mean. So most likely this will set him off. He'll be waiting for any sign of trouble the stock will have, like this. I did show this kind of trade many times in my previous video, so remember to check it out. So as you can see here, when the momentum starts slowing down here, he will try to enter the stock when there's a first big move downwards, like this kind. He will try to enter this kind of trade and then wait for it and trail it all the way downwards, following the short-term moving average. Maybe he will exit when the momentum slows down. Maybe he will exit when there's a blue candle. So this is a possible way that he will time his entry and exit. So this is a very good example of how he will do. Most likely he will wait for any extraordinary move upwards. Like here to here is about 20-ish, and here to here about 20-ish. Let's see here. Here to here is about 30s. So he will most likely try to enter here, but fail. Then he will be he will most likely will be trying to wait for another 30 levels plus. Maybe he will try to enter here as well, because previously this is about 30. So he will most likely enter here and then make a lot of money doing this. About let's see, about 20% if he's lucky. Most likely he will be making about, let's see, the long candles about 15%, give or take about 15%. So yeah, he doesn't make 100% of the big gains this way, but then imagine he's trading about $20 million worth of stocks in this counter, and he makes a 10% gain. A 10% gain of 20 million is $2 million. So if he make $2 million per trade here, just imagine how many trades he's going to make this way. How many money he's going to make. About let's say this is about 10%. This about he might lose some money here, lose some money here, and then this big one will pay everything off. So let's see how much the most likely will make. So imagine he entered somewhere here when the big candles appear and exit. somewhere here when the candles appear about 30. Let's take it an even number, 30%. So we're going to do plus minus. Yeah, so this is about 30%. So if you were to buy short into this stock, $20 million short position, he would make about $6 million. So $6 million in how many days? About here will most likely enter here. So July 18, exit somewhere here. August 15, about a month. He would make $6 million in about a month if he shorted a $20 million position. So yeah, if you want to make money that way, it's going to be quite fun. A lot of money. Yeah, but then it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. Okay, this one, as you can see here, this is a 30% plus position. I mean, 30% plus deviation from this moving average. So most likely, when the momentum slows down, he'll be buying here, and hopefully, it will go all the way up here. He is a contrarian trader. So whenever he will try to buy and hope it will go back to the mean. It's not following the trend. CIS, on the other hand, follows the trend. So it's different thing. I will make about CIS somewhere in the future. But for now, it's about BNF. So his method is like this. We'll buy here and wait for it to go up. Hopefully, if he were to go up here, all the way here, which is also coincide with this one. So oh wait, what happened? Okay, let's guesstimate how much he will make if he were to enter somewhere around this long candles all the way here. Maybe he'll exit somewhere here when it touches about 20%, give or take. So yeah, this is another $4 million. So this, just trading this kind of trade, if you were to make $6 million here, and then most likely you'll be on a holiday for a couple of months, and wait for another big dramatic move like this kind, and then buys in here, and then make another $2 million or $4 million worth of cash. I think this is a quite good kind of a deal. I would hope I will be able to do such thing, but then yeah, that's not my style. Eh, there is a risk to this kind, as he did during the Lehman Brothers collapse. He was buying into Lehman stock. Uh, that's because there's no more Lehman Brothers stock, so I can't get the estimate thing. So we are going to put this one. Imagine this is the one. Okay, if I remember how to do it. Okay, I think it's a setting. Let's see first. How do we invert the chart? Let's see. Okay, there's no invert. How, I don't know how to invert the chart. So is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So just imagine this blue is downward spiral, and this red is going upwards. So just imagine he's trying to catch this kind of move upwards for Lehman Brothers. But then the stock was collapsing, and he noticed that it has gone down for quite a while, and the deviation is about like this kind, massive 50% drop. Just imagine that. So imagine he noticed that there's a 50% drop downwards here, and he tries to catch this kind of move and try to enter when the momentum slows down, and hopefully he can catch this kind of move upwards. But then what went wrong is Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. Instead of a bounce like this, the loss is serious, very serious. It continued downwards. So he has a stop loss here, but then it went down fast, too fast for the stop loss to take effect. So he did eventually stop out, but then he lost a substantial amount of money during the collapse of Lehman Brothers. I think a couple millions or more, if based on what I remember his interview. He did try to enter this kind of move. There's a risk involved here, but of course, every trade is a risky deal. So yeah, before you do this kind of trades, make sure you understand what is happening and make sure you put safety first. Do not try to just because BNF made from $13,000 to millions, hundreds of millions dollars, and you think you can do the same thing. Yeah, you might be able to do the same thing, but then just remember the risk is there. Okay. Yeah. So let's try not to make this one too long. Subscribe to my video, save and share it out. Maybe this is about BNF. So he's a very great trader, and I hope that this kind of my analysis of about his method is correct. So if you want to know more about this man, you can Google about him. Maybe there's a lot of content creators created about his story, what happened to him, how he became known as the J-Com man, how he made his fortune, and what is his story between him and CIS. There's a lot of story out there, but then not much people talk about his method. So I try to make this kind of stock a review about his method. I did study about him for quite a long time, and even CIS or even Testa, I did study about their method. But then this is just not my method. Very, very risky in my opinion. But then it does work out quite a lot. But the trick to it is make sure you have very tight stop loss. So in case something went wrong, just like the Lehman Brothers, what happened to Lehman Brothers thing, he actually lost enough money for him to swear that he will never touch American stocks ever again after the Lehman debacle. So yeah, be safe out there, trade well. Okay, good night.